Welcome back. Welcome back. I know you miss me. It's Coach P, a.k.a. Goat Doe, one half of the unofficial assistant coaches. You might know me as Coach Oos. Honorary Uso. Shout out to Coach Nitty. Saturday morning, we got a game today at 6. We see what they don't and say what they want. It's chess, not checkers, baby. I'm going diabetic mode today. No sugar coating. Speaking back last week to Tennessee, they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook. Now, if you want to crown their asses, we'll crown them. But they are who we thought they were. Bryce Young sat in there and played the game of his life after being awful weak. With a struggling receiver core. Heisman type game. Bryce game overshadowed by 17 penalties. Bryce game overshadowed by Mr. Robinson trying to do the dumbest play in special team history. Bryce Young game overshadowed by the dumbest play call series at the end of a game in college football history. Appreciate that, B.O.B. And now Hooker looked like a Heisman hopeful because of what we did. This boy 47-year-old in college years. You know how you translate dog years? Well, in college years, this boy 47 years old. Boy done had a driver license for the last 8 years and he's still in college. Everybody from Hooker recruiting class, either in the NFL or on their next journey in life. He's still playing ball with freshmen and sophomores and juniors. Imagine if Tua could come play 1 year of football right now at age 24. Probably throw for 650 yards through 3 quarters. Call me a lie. Bryce doing everything that guy doing and more at 20 years old, just turned 21. If Bryce could stick around to 24, oh man. With an OC with innovative schemes like Tennessee this year, we talking 700-yard games. You only last that long in college if you not it. Should be a cap on the Heisman age. Because you not one of the top cats, you get time to develop mentally. And soon you'll be the old brother playing with the little brother and they friends. Hook out there like the big brother playing against his little brother and his little brother friends after so long. I see if you get hurt or got transfer rules into that, you just fell to the back of the bench because you won it. But that gave you more time to develop as a person. I got cats doing what this 24-year-old doing at 18 and 19 years old. Congrats, though. Just know we gave you a perfectly wrapped gift, old man Hooker. You just like Bennett over there at Georgia. I think Bennett, 25 years old. Look that up. You can't do all this stuff you doing at 18, 19 years old. We give you another 4, 5, 6 years. Oh, now he ready. You give me any quarterback that much time, they'll be ready by then. Let us get a good quarterback that ain't trying to transfer if he don't get straight in right then. And let us see him that he's 24 years old. Oh, he'll be lights out killer. But you know over here, if you don't get your time real quick, you be ready to transfer. Give me a 5 recruit like a Bryce Young and then give me a super scrub that I know ain't going nowhere. And now that scrub, by the time he 24, 25 years old, he gonna be a killer. Because now he done reached the age where he can understand and process all this stuff we trying to teach him. He might not understand that at 18, 19 years old. But at 24, 25 years old, man, he old enough to be teaching the scheme to the next quarterback. And don't let him have a good OC to be calling the plays for him at that age. Bryce under pressure damn near every play. Hooker had plenty of time the whole game. Before this game and during the Bama game, Hooker only pressured 16.7%, third in the nation. This boy got all the time to throw the ball. Bryce the only quarterback with legs that everybody blitz and not scared of him running. We don't blitz quarterbacks like Hooker because we scared they go break containment and go. We just trying to contain them. Other teams blitz Bryce like he ain't got no legs and get pressure on him almost every time. But my boy Bryce answered this game. I'm talking about Mr. Telephone Man. This boy answered every time we needed him, he answered. Mr. Telephone Man, there's something wrong with my line. Another penalty. Behind the sticks every time. Oh, we stay behind them sticks, man. Behind the sticks is home away from home for us. Man, every game looking like the Bryson Gibbs show. Gibbs, every time he come out the backfield throwing his hands up, that boy want the ball, man. That boy came over here hungry, hoping he could fit in. Now he looking like the only killer on the team on offense besides Bryce. That boy probably came over here wishing he could fit in. Now he probably wishing everybody could get up on this level. I'm talking about Trillville, little Scrappy. Get on my level. Down 21-7 in the first. 17 penalties. Still had the game locked up. All these drops. You ain't got a double team nobody on our team. You ain't got a bracket coverage nobody on our team. You ain't really got to have a safety over top on nobody on our team. You ain't got a double team nobody on our team. We can't say the same for other teams. Tennessee ain't even got a true kill at wide receiver. Just murdered us. Just off scheme and spacing. But our OC can't work out no creativity. Nothing. Tennessee ain't never had a defense and still don't this year. And the boys got us bowing down, passing the ball when we want to run and run when we want to pass. That we doing what they want to do. They only weapon this year almost as they quarterback, but we playing them like they defense and everything that just went upscale. We making them look unstoppable just because we ain't doing our job. Like this scheme ain't never been stopped in history. We saw they punter, I think, maybe one time. The boys came in perfect in the red zone this year and still was perfect after they left our field. And still had a chance to win it. We hit that field goal, we ain't even talking about none of this. But hey, you know how field goal kicking is here, man. We curse, man. It don't matter if we got a player as great as Will too real. It ain't on Will. When we get in them situations, no matter how good our kick is, no matter how great we think we is a chance we go blow it. We might be cursed as a team. We so good we can't depend on field goal kickers. I guess that's what it is. We so good we just can't depend on field goal kickers. We can't have everything. So Will might can make 100 field goals in a row, but when we need them, it can be like that. That's a chance we take kicking field goals, being this great as a team. That's our Achilles heel, kicking field goals. Granted, we did not help my field goal kicker this game do nothing to help him out, but still, that's just an Alabama thing. Even if we was at probably the 25-30, you just never know, man. We let one kid kill us, no adjustments. The Hyatt. We still at the Hyatt. We got beat by a hooker at the Hyatt. They got to be elite. They got to be an arrest somewhere. When you put hooker and Hyatt in the same sentence, I got to be thinking of arrest. Where the police at? And they just did what they wanted to do all night. Just like a hooker at the Hyatt. Let me be a coordinator making what these coordinators making these days, man. You talking about extra time with the players, man. We finna be bunt. I might pull up at your dorm with an air mattress. We got work to do. Whatever position I'm coaching, it's the least worried position on the team. I don't care if a player ready to get out of here early. And hopefully I'm coaching the position I did in college. I'm tired of a linebacker coaching receivers, a former receiver coaching the DBs, a former DB coaching the O-line. How does that go, man? Put me a former dope receiver coaching the receivers. Put me a former dope linebacker coaching the linebackers. Give me Coach Prime to coach the DBs. Of course, he ain't coming. So give me another killer who done played cornerback that's already coaching, not somebody that's new, somebody who already been doing what they do and they good at it from player to coaching wise. Bring that player in. We got former wide receivers that'll come out here and want to coach the linebackers and thinking just because we got 5-star players, it don't matter who coach them. They go be straight. Nah, man, it ain't working. We done had an OC and DC in the past, and they only credentials was that they was good recruiters. Them days over, man. We done had dope recruiters that we done let get the position like DC. Shout out to Laporte. Just because you a dope recruiter don't mean we can put you at DC. Just because we got so much talent, it don't matter who coaches us at DC because we gonna win anyway. Nah, man, we through with them days. Other teams catching up in talent. We can't do that no more. Get a real OC, a real DC for all this talent, and let's blow the doors off other teams. Ain't no more, oh, you so good at recruiting that to keep you, we finna promote you to OC and DC. No more of them days, man. And like I said, quit having these out of position coaches coach these kids. I might not take the game as serious when I got 10 other players on my level. If I'm at a school like Miles College, maybe I got to make all the plays, all the cameras out here on me. But okay, I ain't got to go hard this play because I'm at Alabama and I got 10 other players on defense that can make a play this time. I'm going to take this play off. Shoot, I still got Will out here. I still got Braswell. I still got Turner. No, man. Y'all ain't playing like every play counts. You playing like, well, I got so many killers. Somebody make a play. I just need to stay pretty and handsome out here. Mess up my face and I got some NIL deals or some interviews I got to do or any of that. We got divas out here, man. Finesse kings. And we looking for alpha dogs. Like I say, can't nobody say the NIL is the reason we going through what we doing, but it's hard us find anything else. Like I say, they need to say that NIL money to these kids graduate. Hold it till they graduate. Get a small percentage for in-school living while you at school, but the bulk of it is for after school. Some of these kids ain't as hungry when they start getting money. It don't matter how much money they get. It don't take $1 million to take the hunger out of some of these kids' mouth. A hungry dog go out and scratch through doors. A hungry dog will kick that door in. But once you feed it, he might just sit at that door and wait for you to come out. Like, well, you lucky, boy. I was finna bust that thing down, but you know what? I just had me a steak. But when you come out here, I'm going to be ready for you. No, man, we need you to kick this door down, go in and attack anything in there that move, man. We ain't on that no more. They ain't as hungry, man. I was at UA. I was up there with the football players, but hanging with the basketball players. And those guys on campus every day, broke, ain't got nowhere to go, ain't nothing but football and messing with the women that's on the yard. And football and more football. Try to find time to get to the rec after the season, but during the season, it's straight up football. Nowadays, man, these boys got so much stuff to do, ready to get back on social media as soon as the practice up. It ain't the same, man. Divas versus dogs, man. And divas are winning. And then a current Bama player could come and say, nah, that ain't it, that ain't. Okay, well, what it is? I'm just fishing, man. I don't know what it is. You're right, it might not be that, but what is it? And if you know it ain't that and you know what it is, why y'all ain't fixed it yet? That's what I don't get. What is it? Don't tell me that ain't it, but you don't know what it is, but that ain't it. The playing grounds are evening up, man. Now these other schools can offer money. A few years ago, it was just, I want to go to Alabama to be a champion, or I want to go to this other school. Now it's, do I want to go to Alabama to be a champion, or do I want to go to the other school and get this automatic check off the rip before I even put on real pass or anything for show money? Like I say, a team like Texas A&M ain't had over 2 5-star recruits since Jimbo got in the office, and now you get 7 in 1 year, the first year we do this. It's obvious you bought these kids, man. You got the highest recruiting class of all time as soon as the NIL gets approved. But before that, you barely get a 5-star recruit. 0 1 year, 1 the next year, 2, then 0, then 1, those type numbers. Next thing you know, after the NIL, you got 7. Other teams can catch up now in recruiting because they finding loopholes. It ain't all about winning no more. You can put the money with the winning now. Winning versus money. We need some big time dogs in there, man. Like I say, you can't just take a nice guy like Will and expect him to go in there and ruffle up some feathers because they know that ain't what Will really do. I know if Will Anderson come talking noise to my face, he ain't finna slap me in my face or hit me with a judo chop. I know he just mad and doing and saying what the coaches want him to say, or just feeling, or he just saying that because he feel like it's on him to do. But I'm not in fear of that. I might not react to him like I would to say Reuben Foster that's coming barking in my face. I might get on it a little quicker, a little faster with Reuben in my face. I'm going to be 100. Can't even argue half the players because as soon as you bark at them, they ready to transfer. Tuck their tail and ready to go. Get benched, instant transfer. Well, let them go. Push your feelings through your butt down to the toilet and go straight for the TP. What's TP? It ain't toilet paper. I'm talking transfer portal. If you can't handle this, push your feelings out your butt into the toilet and go straight for the TP. And that's the transfer portal. Give them their walking papers and let them go on about their business. That ain't hurting us. Give me some hungry 3 stars versus these 5 stars we be going crazy for at recruiting periods. Give me some dogs that's ready to turn up in the system. And not somebody that just want to come and stay pretty and sexy till they graduate. And with all that being said, we still here. We still got a chance. As long as we got Nick, we got a chance. It's still Alabama football. 1 loss, we go crazy. Congrats to Tennessee. I know it's hard for you to act like you ain't been there before because you haven't. So go crazy. Enjoy your 15 seconds of fame. It should be embarrassing to your program that another team entire squad can play like a middle school walk-on team and still be ready to beat you at the end of the game. Still had full control of the game after starting down 21-7. If we'd have beat y'all would have been on suicide watch, so don't act like we ain't help you finally win. Finally, after 15 years. Cigars so old they won't even stay lit. Smell like you're smoking tree bark. Half of you calling in work because you're smoking spoiled tobacco. Most of you didn't go buy new fresh cigars because you really didn't think you was going to beat Bama. Just another year of disappointment in your mind. But y'all done beat us in the regular season, and y'all, you would think they done went over there and took down Russia. Regular season. Look like they done won the Super Bowl out the regular season. They act like that because they still fear us, even though our team ain't giving most teams nothing to fear. Hell, we was the one scared for the Tennessee game. Let rumors tell it. How you start the game without your chance, man? The guy who usually started off the chance was sick. Was he hoarse? Didn't nobody look at him like, hey, you go start it up? It took the coach to realize something was wrong. Who the OG players to walk around and chin check the other players who don't seem ready? Let me in there. Someone getting mentally adjusted before we hit the field. I had that same team lift Neyland Stadium off the ground after one speech. Either you go be in tears or ready to kill. This is League U, not NFL U, League U. And one of the premier positions we supposed to be killing folks with is receivers. Not only we not even catching half our balls this year, we ain't blocking. Our wide receivers block. We need to get Devontae Smith back down here teaching these blocks. We had great blockers before these last couple years. We can't throw a wide receiver screen. Boy, I miss them blocking wide receivers. Y'all miss the receivers who catch every ball. I'm missing the ones who lay it down on the line with these blocks. And yeah, man, sorry to the parents, man. Especially the ones who support us. But no more babysitting, man. No more babysitting. If you want to babysit in college, you might have to take them to a Pac-10 school or something. They came to Bama for a reason, for the pros. Well, it's the cons. It's pros and cons to everything. And getting to the pros is one of the pros of coming to Bama. Well, this is one of the cons. We expect more. As a fan base, one of the cons of coming to the Alabama, you will be talked about. But guess what y'all don't understand? I talk to all kind of schools. I talk to all kind of programs. Guess what? Y'all act like Alabama be high on their players, then down on the play. The other teams is just as verbal and critical of their team. Hey, you know we play y'all this week. Ah, man, we suck, man. We ain't got no cornerbacks. We ain't got this. That's all we hear about every team. So if your son was at another team, he'll still be getting called everything in the book. How your son is spoken on is how he plays. Now, sometimes we try to blame the coach to take blame away from these kids. But sometimes these kids got to take full responsibility too. Alabama Crimson Tide might be known for a few things. Law, engineering, whatever. But we ain't known for babysitting. So if your son can't handle the heat, that transfer portal is wide open. And wherever he go, they gonna talk about him just as bad over there. Man, that player we got from Bama ain't talking about that, man. That boy, sorry, I thought he finna do this. I thought he finna do that. Or even when they come out of high school, just on the team. Hey, I'm a Bama fan. Hey, we play y'all this week, boy. Y'all want to bet? Hey, I bet you we beat y'all. Man, we suck, man. Our safety suck. This person suck. That person suck. It's always something. So don't act like Alabama the only team that's critical on their players. If I order a Whopper and y'all brag about how good it tastes, and I pull up to the window and y'all hand me a plain double cheeseburger, I'm going to be pissed. This is not what I ordered nor what I expected. Right now, y'all feeding me plain double cheeseburgers. And I don't eat cheese. You're killing me, Smalls. Shout out to the movie Sandlot. Let me talk to the team pregame. I've been to hit somebody in their neck. Judo chop! And don't care if they try to whoop my butt in retaliation. As long as they keep that same energy and apply it to the team we facing that day. This ain't Alabama football. I order hen dog. Don't try to slide me no Paul, my son. I know the difference between cognac and brandy. I'm going to call my OG, Uncle Dre. Dr. Dre, that is. Tell him to put me on the phone with M. And we go get this remix jumping. Will the real Bama Crimson Tide please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up. Time for that remix, baby. We got the best offensive player and the best defensive player. Most teams don't even have a player. All they got is heart. They kicker ain't even a kill. It was just meant to be. Plus, he offsides. The kicker done start moving before the ball even snap. You see he can't kick. You move him back 5 more yards. Of course, he can't hit it. He can't even hit the extra point. But look, we ain't calling penalties on Tennessee this day. The whole narrative is just flag Alabama since they already be killing themselves. So when they do a play that ain't even a bad play, we can still flag them because they used to flags anyway. Got to do better. Can't let this season go to waste. We got Gibbs and Bryce out here looking like Kanye and Jeezy. I put on. I'm talking about I put on. Everybody else need to get on board, man. Nick Saban left the NFL because he couldn't get full control over the team. Y'all remember the situation with the quarterback. He wanted Drew Brees, was stuck with, I think it was Culpepper at the time. That's one of the things. Another thing, like you said, these grown players that's already making money ain't trying to listen to a coach like Nick. Well, we got that same situation now. These kids in college was broke. Those guys in the NFL making millions. So now these guys in college ain't making what the NFL guys making, but they still getting money now. So if it looks like a guy that's getting money is the type guy that don't want to listen to Nick, well, these players are halfway there now. You done took a broke kid that wanted to hear everything Nick say to a player with some money in his pocket. Now he feeling more like that NFL guy. Man, shut up, get out my face, man. You receive criticism a little different when you got a couple dollars in your pocket. Richard Ragland said he was getting $35 a month at school after all the bills was paid out of his checks. $35 a month. These guys these days probably getting $35 a minute. Ain't studying nothing but these deals floating around. Got referees out here with Las Vegas ties. Check these referee phone records and see what you get out of it. Because it's getting crazy out here, man. Any player that ain't living up to their name, it's time to go. Not just hit stick Helms. And I don't care what their parents or that player say about it anyway. Y'all shouldn't be listening to outside noise anyway. Like this outside noise. Sports Center be dissing them too. Let a person make a bad play. Sports Center go diss you too. Look at JaVale McGee. His mom had to step up when they kept putting him on shacking the food and stuff like that. It ain't like UA coaches and Alabama fans, the only people who get on players, especially if you start getting money. These players out here old enough to go fight Russia, but not old enough to hear somebody like me saying, you need to get your stuff together, man. We top 2 in penalties, and we ain't number 2. Figure that one out. Last game, I'm surprised we ain't take an extra commercial break to get more flags brought into the game. We had to get more flags delivered into the game last game. Refs running out of flags out there. Alabama look like they gang banging. What set you claim? Oh, our flag color yellow. Yellow flags all day. That's what we call bandanas in the urban community. Oh, these boys rocking yellow flags. Bandanas are flags. These boys rocking yellow flags at Bama. Red uniforms, yellow flags. And 34, you still on punishment. Take him off special team and put him in special ed right now. Dumbest play I ever seen. It was almost dumbest the play calls that we called at the end of the game. What our elephant package look like? What our jumbo package look like? We don't know. A team line up on us and act like they gonna stop our run. We go away from it. I don't even know the members of our elephant package, jumbo package, whatever we go call it. Show blitz, we fold. I ain't used the quarterback legs yet. We don't get to see Bryce legs unless the play break down. 3rd and 2. We don't got no design run for a quarterback. We see this boy tough as nails. He can get down if he see the play in front of him. But we only get to see his legs when he in trouble. That's a major weapon. B.O.B. ain't using no creative routes, no creative plays, ain't using quarterback legs, ain't using double move, nothing. Gibbs was averaging 4.3 yards that game. Every 3 carries, that's a first down. Over 100 yards, led the nation in rushing for the last 2 weeks. Want to get a boy one shot at the end. We want to throw it to him. He ain't led the league in receiving for the last 2 weeks. This boy done led the league in rushing. Not the SEC, the nation. For the last 2 weeks, and we want to throw the ball 3 times in a row. When they got all their team up on the line of scrimmage, ain't nobody in the secondary. This boy make one move and he might be to the house. But even if he gets stopped 3 straight times, the game is over because all we got time to do left is kick a field goal. B.O.B., go on, start packing your bags, buddy. You got an OC in here we got an OC in here that clearly knows nothing about smash mouth football. How you gonna come to Alabama and don't really know our true identity? You just calling plays. No matter where you came from, no matter what your history is, you don't know ours. Because if you did, you wouldn't be calling the plays you called at the times you do. If we can clear up everything, man, get these penalties down, man, every down. 1st and 15, 1st and 20, 1st and 15, 1st and 20, 15 here, 15. Man, Bryce Young done seen more 15s than R. Kelly. Players out there playing like they ain't get their checks last week. Like they just out there just lost. Like they pissed or something. We still can't find out what's going on up there, man. And after all that, we still supposed to win that game. Shout out to my Patreon members, man. Just another quick rant before this game. Hopefully we come how we supposed to come and play how we supposed to play today versus Mississippi State. I'm not even putting this on YouTube. This is strictly for my Patreon. Shout out to my Patreon family out there, man. Roll Tide to the Patreon family. Love you guys. Hopefully we see a good game today. Hopefully the team come to play. Hopefully they hear our cries. Hopefully they straightening things up. If not, hey, y'all tune in next week and we'll go from there. It's chess, not checkers. We see what they don't and say what they won't. Bow!